Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Today we're going to be doing a recent haul, and can't remember which books I've shown you, which books I haven't. So if some of these are repeats of what I've already shown you, I apologise. I did quite a few videos in quick succession for Bookmas at the back end of the year 2023, so it's a bit of a blur as to what I've shown you and what I haven't, like when I got what books. So we're just going to dive right in, and I'm aware that this is quite a few books to haul within a period of like 30 days or less, but it is what it is. First up we have Blood Rain by Ezra Payne. This was kindly gifted to me by the author because, for those of you who don't know, myself and Chels run an indie book tour company, and we start at the beginning of January. We have at least 2 bookings a month for the next, until June, I think, till the end of May, beginning of June. And Ezra's tour is in February. I will be reading this as part of the tour, and I will be reviewing this individually as part of the tour, but I will also be promoting the book as well, and I'm really excited to dive into this. The cover is stunning, the synopsis sounds amazing, and yeah, priorities are getting to indie books, and especially if I'm hosting a tour for the author, that automatically shoots to the top of my TBR. Next up we have the final book for the last trilogy that was the Broken Binding subscription box. I don't know what this trilogy is actually called, but it's by Brian McLennan, and the last book is Crimson Campaign. This is the stenciled edge, and let me just take it out of the dash jacket. This is the stunning cover, naked hardcover. I've got this on the back end pages, and these are the front end pages. I don't know, I've done that backwards. This is the second trilogy now that I've got from the Broken Binding subscription, and I do plan on reading these books. I do need to start prioritising these, because I don't want to get like Fairy Loot, where I was just acquiring the books each month and never reading them. I've heard great things about this series. The Case for Loso series that I got prior to this, I've not heard as many good things about, but I'm still intrigued to try it. So there's this one. Next we have The Wick Wire Watch by Jacqueline Hagan. I was suckered into buying this for the best reasons. I've heard so many great things about this book. It's a Spiff Bodine finalist. It sounds like it's going to be a fantasy that's right up my alley. I'm going to try and get to it in February, so it's going to stay at the top of my TBR, but I don't know what else to say, but this is going to be one that I really want to get to quickly. I need to make space in my brain for it. I did see Becca's video, the vlog this week, Becca from the Becca Fowl, and she's also been struggling to read physically, and what she was doing with her physical reads, because she had a few physical arcs to read, was she was splitting the pages down, and she was splitting the books into sections, and it was making it easier for her to consume. So I might try and do that and split this down into maybe not 50 page, yeah, maybe I'll start with 50 pages and then see how I get on, and we'll do that. I really, really want to read this. I know there is an audiobook, but I don't currently have, well, I think there's an audiobook. I don't have the credits for it, so. These are all out of order, by the way. Surprise. Surprise! If you know where that's from, you know. The next one is The Northern Wrath by Till Cold. It's part 1 of the Hanged God trilogy. This is the January Broken Binding book. These are the edges, and I'm going to show you the naked hardcover again. It's foiled this time. Absolutely stunning. And those are the front end pages, and those are the back end pages. This is the Honour the Dead, remember their names, see their faces and speak their ways. I will give this a go. Next up we have Bloodflowers by J. McGuinness. This was a book that I had to try. I loved The Wanted. The only thing connecting this to The Wanted is the fact that it was the guy from The Wanted. J. McGuinness is the author. That is the only connection to The Wanted, and I was just like, well, let's give it a go, see what happens. Next we have The Colour of Vengeance by Rob J. Hayes. This is the second book in the Ties That Bind trilogy. The first book is The Heresy Within, and we are reading it for the It's All About Fantasy book club. These are thinner than I thought they were going to be, so these are going to be quite quick reads. I'm currently just started The Heresy Within, and so far I'm really enjoying it. And I'm really excited to get to this series. The next one that I want to get to after this is a series that starts with Along the Razor's Edge. People call it the Esker series. Apparently there's a really cool character in it called Esker, so I really want to read that, but I thought why not start in publication order and we can go from there. Next one we have is Victoria Aveyard's Realm Breaker. This is book 1 in the series. Book 3 is due out. I have book 2. It's me. If you've seen my full physical TBR that I own for my Bookmas videos, I'll link it somewhere. I did say I had book 2. I still need to get book 1. When I originally found this series, book 2 was already due to come out, and getting book 1 was like really expensive, or you were buying used copies that didn't have any pictures of it. So I just got this off Vinted, and obviously when you buy off Vinted you see the condition of the book before you get it. So this was only £5, so but it's not a big hardship because this only costs £5. Next we have one that is so big I can't hold it in one hand. It's Dragon's Blade Trilogy by Michael R. Miller. This is 3 books in one big bind up, and it's over 1,000 pages. The good thing about this is I'm going to split it into the actual novels as I read it, and I'm gonna read it one book at a time. I'm not gonna try and read all 1,000 pages in 1 month, but I wanted to get the bind up because you can. Why would you not? If you can get a trilogy all in one series, in one big behemoth weapon. I now only have to get hold of his Lit RPG book, and then I have all Michael R. Miller's current releases. I still need to read Defiant as well, but that's by the by. So I now have 4 of his books in total I need to read. These will be looked separately on Goodreads. Don't at me. Next up we have Fairbound by Sarah. Is it Sarah or Sarah? Arife. I pre-ordered this when Waterstones were doing their double or triple points for over £100 spent. I didn't realise this was the same person that has already released a duology that is, oh, what's it called? Names are going out of my head. It's got a red cover. They did a special edition. Was it Goldsboro did a special edition? I'll put it up here. I think the second book is called The Battle Drum. But Becca from Becca in the Books really enjoyed the duology, and this is the same author, which I didn't realise, and there's quite a bit of hype around this book now, and that's making me slightly nervous. But this was a beautiful Waterstones stenciled edged version, and it's got a map inside, so yay for me. The last 3, I think I've already showed you one of them, which is the Mythbusters Pocket Guide to the Cairn and Feeding of British Dragons. I own this on audio. I own the second book on audio, and that's how I consumed them the first time round. But I wanted the physical copy because I adored both these books that I've read so far from the series. And this is more of a cosy fantasy. There's like Regency, cozy, dragons, just like slice of life vibe, and it's the exact thing that I needed to just wind down when after all the crazily fast-paced books I read. It's just nice to slow down and know that the stakes here, they're not massively high, and it's kind of like a rom-com type thing as well, like a bit of romance, so you know that it's going to end pretty well. So it's just a really nice read, and I thoroughly enjoyed this one. The second book is Mace Percy's Travel Guide to Welsh Moors and Feral Dragons, I think. Quenbit, why have you picked such crazy titles? My brain cannot comprehend all the words together. I can't. I think that's right. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I needed a physical copy, so I bought myself a physical copy. Next up we have Windsor Strive by U.G. Gutman. This is for a video project. I started a series last year where I had booktubers recommend me into fantasies. I will leave the video linked somewhere around here, and that went down really well the first time. So I've reached out to a few more people, and I'm so excited to read all the books. The people that have recommended the books to me, like, the books have been on my radar for a while, and this once again just bumps them up my TBR. I'm super excited. So this is the Dawnless Night series, book 1. I don't even know if book 2 is out yet, but I'm guessing if it isn't already, this has been out a while now, I think. So book 2 will surely be on its way if it's not already out. So I need to crack on and see if I actually enjoy this first. The last one we've got was also gifted by the lovely Michael R. Miller. Yes, we have 2 Michael R. Miller books in this haul, and this one was gifted when I saw him saying that he was going to release them on the broken binding, and I was like, seriously, you're gonna bankrupt me? And he kindly was just like, check your mailbox in a few weeks, something's on its way. Afraid, The Ascendant and The Unbound. I still need to read Defiant, as I mentioned earlier, but Michael R. Miller's writing, it's like a coming of age sort of story, but it's about a boy and his dragon. And the audio, I keep forgetting that I'm going to write it down somewhere where I can like remind myself when I'm talking about this book. The narrator for these books, honestly, top tier narration. One of the things I like about narrators is when they can emote the feelings that the author's trying to get across, but also make each character individual, and the narrator does that so well. Ash and Holt are bonded in a way, but they are very different beings. Obviously, Ash is a dragon and Holt is a human, and they are both growing up together, but they have such separate personalities as well. But this is a really, really long way of me saying this is a novella that follows a character from book 1, and it's his story, and that's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to spoil anything for you. That is all I'm going to say. But thank you very much to Michael R. Miller for gifting me the book. Thank you, Ezra, for gifting me Blood Rain. The rest of the books I purchased myself, but I am going to be reading them. Some of them are like I said, upcoming TBRs. Some of them are for projects that I'm planning. So, you know, my 283 book physical TBR has grown with some of these purchases and giftings. However, they'll also go down. And like Quemby doesn't even add to the physical TBR because it's already been read. So, Bob's Your Good Fan Is Your Aunt, I'm up on that one. Anyway, if you do like me and you want to see more of me, please like, comment, subscribe to all that good stuff. If you want to let me know, if you don't have anything to say, please leave a black heart, very much appreciated. And until next time, enjoy what you're reading, watching, or doing, and I'll see you all in the next video, whenever that may be.